Welcome to Nuggets for Christian Living with the Sanctuary Fellowship. Today we want to talk about divine connection. Have you ever heard of being in the right place at the right time and meeting the right persons? I'm sure you have. God has a unique way of how He works out things in our life, especially through people, as He did with Ruth. Let's look at Ruth chapter 2 verses 19 to 20, reading from the New International Version. It says, her mother-in-law asked her, "Where did you glean today? Where did you work? Blessed be the man who took notice of you." Then Ruth told her mother-in-law about the one at whose place she had been working. "The name of the man I work with today is Boaz," she said. "The Lord bless him," Naomi said to her daughter-in-law. "He has not stopped showing his kindness to the living and the dead." She added, "That man is our close relative. He is one of our kinsman, Redeemer." Sometimes the breakthrough we are seeking God for comes to us, having a conversation, a relationship, or just by chance encounter with someone you have never met before. Ruth asked her mother-in-law permission to go out into the fields and glean to provide for herself and Naomi. She wasn't looking for opportunities, she was just looking for her daily bread. But behind the scenes, God was working a divine connection for her to bring her into His purpose for her life as He did with Paul. Let's read in the books of Acts, verses 10 to 12 from the New King James Version. It said, "Now there was a certain disciple at Damascus named Ananias, and to him the Lord said in a vision, 'Ananias.' And he said, 'Here I am, Lord.' So the Lord said to him, 'Arise and go to the street called Straight, and inquire at the house of Judah for one called Saul of Tarsus. For behold, he is praying. And in a vision he has seen a man named Ananias coming in and putting his hand on him, so that he might receive his sight.'" God could have miraculously delivered Paul from blindness himself, but instead He chose an insignificant man named Ananias to bring deliverance and to counsel Paul, helping and guiding him into God's purpose. Notice, God brings people into our lives for specific purposes: to open doors for us, to encourage us, to bring breakthroughs, healing, imparting things into our lives, to give us direction as to purpose, and much more. Ruth's encounter with Boaz was not a chance meeting, but one that would change her life forever. A divine connection is a God-ordained relationship or divine appointment that unlocks your destiny, provides spiritual direction, and brings favor. In the books of 1 Kings chapter 19 verse 19 from the New Living Translation, it says, "So Elijah went and found Elisha, son of Shaphat, plowing a field with a team of oxen. There were 11 teams of oxen ahead of him, and he was plowing with the 12th team. Elijah went over to him and threw his cloak across his shoulders and walked away again." Elisha was faithful in what he was doing, and he was busy fulfilling his assignment, being in the right place at the right time. Elijah passed on his prophetic mantle to Elisha. These are more than chance encounters. They are not just accidents. They are divine appointments orchestrated by God Himself to propel you into your destiny, restoring what's been lost and positioning you for unprecedented blessings. These alignments are not by chance. They are strategically positioned by God to fulfill His purpose. When Ruth was told to go and glean in the field, she was obedient. She showed her humility, loyalty, and diligence. It was one of the things that attracted Boaz to her. My question to you is, are you being obedient to the things God may be asking you to do? God knows exactly where you are today, what you need, your desires, and the right people to connect you with. We don't have to force relationships or opportunities to get what we need. No, stay faithful to God. Continue seeking Him, and He will arrange for you to be in the right place at the right time, to be the right person or persons who will help you to get to the next place in your season. Do like Ruth, walk in humility. Humility attracts favor with God and men. Do like Elisha, be faithful in your assignment. Destiny helpers find you where you are faithful. Do like Paul, keep praying. Consistent prayer creates opportunity for God-ordained encounters. And most of all, do like Jesus, stay connected to God. Staying connected to God brings you into His purpose. Today, you may be waiting on God for your breakthrough, the right opportunity, the right mentor, the right friend. God knows exactly the right timing to bring you into contact with who you need to be connected with. Ruth gleaned in other fields, but at the right time she gleaned in Boaz's field, and God gave her favor with him. Remember, the God who connected Ruth to Boaz is still arranging divine connections today. Connections that can change the course of our life and bring us into His divine purpose. Thank you for joining Nuggets for Christian Living with the Sanctuary Fellowship.